John Canalopoulos here at the Laser Vision Ambulatory Surgery Center in Athens, Greece, Clinical Professor of Ophthalmology at NYU Medical School, New York City, New York. This is a very, very pivotal case for us to understand better cornea imaging and why we found out that this gentleman who happens to come from the Middle East, he was diagnosed with keratoconus. His refraction, as we're seeing here, is uncorrected. He's 47 currently, so his uncorrected is under driving range. This is 20/70 plus, this is 20/60 minus. Corrected, he reaches a 20/30 plus and a 20/30 minus, and the pinhole does not improve. We're seeing here that he's wearing 5.5 diopters of astigmatism in both eyes. And anterior segment OCT confirms that we do not have keratoconus here, as we have a normal pachymetric wise cornea. There's no activation of the epithelium remodeling at the thinnest part of the cornea. In a sense, he has a thicker cornea than most Caucasians have. And if we go and study carefully, the fundus is fine, we don't see anything, nothing really funny about the cornea, except the fact we cannot overlook the fact that the palpebral fissure is very small. Now, this is the best that could get him to open his eyes, which is probably what has had this gentleman avoid wearing glasses all this time. And we're seeing here on anterior segment the Scheipflug tomography that we have a perfectly regular cornea. Pachymetry is confirmed by the Pentacam tomography as well. This is not irregular, the thinnest part of the cornea, because it's justified by the angle kappa. It's 250 microns on the x-axis and 90 microns on the y-axis. Exactly the decentration we're seeing from the thinnest part of the cornea to the center of the pupil. And again, anterior elevation, posterior elevation are normal. So the diagnosis of keratoconus was probably taken by a placido disc topography that viewed the cornea from an angle and probably measured this by mistake as being steeper than this. And of course, the high amount of astigmatism, we can see that the topographic cylinder on the right eye is 5.7 diopters, and it's similar to the other eye. So in essence here, we have a perfectly normal cornea. We also have the proof in the pudding that high astigmatism is not an issue with cornea pachymetry. We saw the cornea pachymetry is thicker than normal, if you may, and very, very symmetric if you adjust for angle kappa. But it's a matter of the dimensions of the cornea. So this cornea is much shorter in dimension at the steepest meridian and much longer or flatter at the flatter meridian. And of course, the correction here, if needed, because as we can see with spectacles, he cannot surpass the 20/30 level, is to try a gas permeable or scleral contact lens, which for sure will give him 20/20 or better visual acuity, and then entertain the possibility of contact lenses or laser vision correction. In my opinion, with all the armamentarium and the toolbox we have available today, PRK, LASIK, and SMILE, due to the high astigmatism and its dependency on absolutely the best possible way to adjust for cyclorotation, my go-to procedure here would be LASIK. I would try either topography guided with TMR or ray tracing, as we have published in extent the last few decades. John Canalopoulos from Athens, very, very nice example that really helps us understand cornea imaging and how in some cases we overdiagnose keratoconus. Thanks very much for your attention.